Up with KREM begins now.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us here at 6 a.m. on this Friday. I'm Tim Pham. We also want to welcome you in if you are streaming us on KREM 2+. Today, baseball is back here in the Inland Northwest. The Spokane Indians kick off their season at Avista Stadium tonight at 6:30. And our Thomas Patrick and Regan Gallo are there now live, getting us ready for baseball. You guys, it is very exciting. It's also KREM 2 night. Good morning.
Good morning, Jim. Yep, it is KREM 2 night. It's opening night. Lots of exciting things happening, and we have the sunrise just coming up right over the mountains. So it's just
Isn't it beautiful?
It's just a beautiful
out here?
baseball setting, and you know, summer's not here quite yet, but it's feeling like that. So
Yeah.
T-Pats, why don't you tell us about that?
And here's the great thing to have Regan out here. You can pinch hit for me for weather.
You're right. You're right.
I mean, I got it right here. You want to read off some of these temperatures?
You know, I'll leave that to you, T-Pats.
Honestly, it is a decent bit cold out here this morning. Definitely can see our breaths at the moment. It is 32 degrees. We are right at the freezing mark here in Spokane, and it's even in the 20s in North Idaho as well. I got 28 in Sandpoint, 29 in Coeur d'Alene, 28 in Wallace. It is chilly, but as we said, we can see the sunrise in just a couple minutes here. We've got the clear skies overhead, which means we are in line for a day filled with sunshine. Doesn't that beat last year's opening day weather, where we were just reminded that it did actually snow here at Avista Stadium on opening day in April last year. It's a lot better this year. Our day planner is going to show you a whole lot of sunshine all day long. Temperatures in the 50s, not too bad. You'll still want to bring a jacket out to the ballpark for today, but I have even warmer weather yet for this upcoming weekend. So you're definitely going to want to stay tuned for that on what is an absolutely beautiful Friday morning here at Avista Stadium. We can't wait till later on tonight and see the stands packed, but we have an awesome view here. Honestly, if I'm coming to the game, I want to stand right here in the Champions Club and have an absolutely perfect view of the entire stadium and the game. And hopefully you will have a great seat in the house as well. More coming up from Avista Stadium in just a bit. We'll send things back to the studio. Tim?
Wow, what an incredible view. Thomas, you'll need to snap a photo of that. Here's a live look at the traffic impact this morning from I-90 in Hamilton. Traffic flows are moving great. We're crash-free this morning, so no major issues on your Friday morning commute. It is very chilly out, though. As you can see, 32 degrees here to start off this morning, so you may need your ice scraper to get you out the door on time, so just give yourself a few extra minutes. On Up with KREM, we bring you weather and traffic together every 30 minutes. New this morning, 4 people were hurt in a crash in Spokane Valley. Right now, all lanes of westbound I-90 are back open, but they were blocked for more than 3 hours. Washington State Patrol says a 46-year-old Spokane Valley man was driving a motorcycle westbound when he crashed into another motorcycle, which caused them both to lose control. The driver is being charged with vehicular assault. WSP believes drugs or alcohol were involved. After a Head Start office serving Idaho and Washington abruptly closed. Spokane colleges run 11 Head Start sites, and college leadership is now encouraging families it will keep these programs running, even with huge voids in information about the future of its funding. Spokane College's Chancellor Kevin Brockbank says there are still no answers as to how the consolidation could impact the college's $16 million Head Start grant, which is 80% of the program's funding.
There's nowhere to direct that request to at this point. As the offices have changed, it leaves us with a void in connecting effectively with the federal government. And that's, of course, one of our concerns.
Brockbank says they are advocating any way they can, including to Congress. He says this program is worth every penny in federal money and hopes their voices are heard. This morning we're covering North Idaho. The up-in-the-air status of federal funding has local authorities in Shoshone County holding their breath. Our news partners at the Coeur d'Alene Press report local leaders discuss the potential impacts if the Secure Rural Schools Reauthorization Act of 2025 is not passed. SRS is a program created to temporarily supplement rural counties because of the decline of federal timber sales. Now funding for the program is being threatened completely, which troubles schools in Shoshone County who have become dependent on it. Despite the wait-and-see circumstances, officials are not panicking yet because of support both bills are receiving from both sides of the aisle. This morning, we are tracking the fallout of the Trump administration's tariff plan. President Trump announced a baseline 10% tariff for all U.S. trading partners to go into effect tomorrow. This on top of the higher tariffs on specific products already in effect, like a 25% tax on steel and aluminum, all along with vehicles and parts. Now Canada says it's retaliating against those auto tariffs.
By matching the U.S. approach with 25% tariffs on all vehicles imported from the United States that are not compliant with CUSMA, our North American Free Trade Agreement.
And these tariffs are now leading to more cuts. Layoffs have hit 5 U.S. auto plants in Michigan and Indiana, supplying factories in Canada and Mexico. It comes as automaker Stellantis pauses production at some of its auto assembly plants because of the tariffs. Wall Street was rattled one day after the global tariff announcement sparked fears it could trigger a global recession. Yesterday, the Dow fell more than 1,600 points, nearly 4% of value, and the S&P and NASDAQ dropped as well, marking the biggest drop since 2020. Some regional companies are taking a hit. Amazon and Boeing dropped nearly 18 points, while Starbucks dropped 11 points. The stock market opens in 30 minutes, and we will track those numbers when the market opens. Here at KREM 2, we bring you more to every story. We want to get more insight on how they may impact you and your wallet. KREM 2's Connor McAvoy sat down with a Gonzaga economics professor who says while businesses will take the hit, it's the consumers and their households he's worried about.
These are going to have an effect on consumers, and be pretty significant in the size.
Ryan Herzog's been an associate professor of economics at Gonzaga University since 2009. He says he's worried about the impact of the newly announced tariffs on consumers and the U.S.'s relationship with other countries.
These relationships, these friendships that we built, right, are slowly going to be deteriorating.
That includes the relationships with Canada and China, two of the nation's and the state of Washington's largest trading partners. On Friday, President Trump's imposed what's now a 54% tariff on goods from China. He's also issued a 25% tariff on Canadian goods. But recently, even more tariffs are in play, including a 49% tariff on Cambodia, 48% on Laos, and 47% on Madagascar. That means increased prices on clothes, food, new cars, and car parts, as well as electronics. Those are set to start later this month.
We're getting tariffs that are pretty across the board, all over the place.
President Trump says the tariffs aim to revive U.S. manufacturing, but Herzog cautions that's complicated.
We don't have a lot of these resources. One of the things we talk about is a comparative advantage. Sometimes it's just cheaper for countries to produce a product than it is in the United States.
Herzog says the rate of these price hikes will only force people to either pay those higher prices or double down on cheaper options. And he says the number of people doing the latter is concerning.
Okay, I'm going to try to get a little bit more out of my phone. I'm going to try to buy more secondhand clothes. I'm going to get my cars repaired. All of those things are going to now be more expensive because other people are going to be doing the same stuff.
While Herzog says the tariffs and their impact appear extreme, there's an element of waiting to see what will take hold and for how long.
But I do think you're still waiting to find out if these tariffs are going to be in place 6 months, a year, 2 years down the road. And it's hard to plan if you don't know that. I mean, we've done these interviews before where...
Well, this morning, we now know the impacts is hitting car dealerships here in Spokane. Wendell Ford released a statement saying the 25% tariff is now applied to any new cars coming into the U.S. They say their cars already in the United States won't be affected, and they estimate on average the price of a $30,000 car is going up by roughly $7,000. It's opening day for the Spokane Indians, and fans are hoping for a humdinger season. It's also KREM 2 night at Avista Stadium. That's why we have our Regan Gallo live at the ballpark for us now to tell us about some of the new improvements and the facilities that fans will see. Good morning.
Good morning, Tim. You are right. It's going to be KREM tonight at Vista Stadium for opening night. We are very excited, and I have a very important person. The senior VP of the team, Otto Klein, is here. There's been a lot of work on the facility to get it ready for this season. Otto, tell me a little bit more about what fans and the players are excited about.
Well, this is one of Spokane County's most beautiful assets, and it was a historic offseason because millions of dollars was put back into the stadium for the community, and we're really proud to show it off. So lots of improvements that we're going to see.
Let's hear
for
about
opening
those
day.
improvements. I want to know more.
I think the biggest thing is the field, and a brand new field here at Vista Stadium. Also protective netting down the first and third base lines for fan safety. Also new foul poles. The dugouts have been expanded as well, so they have been moved forward. Plenty of room for the players on both the home and the visiting side. And then a new padded outfield wall, which is for player safety. So lots of visuals on the inside that fans are going to come to expect. And then one big season.
I know, a new video board is what you're saying.
Well, we're talking about next is going to be, we're hoping mid-season for a brand new video board here at Vista Stadium, and that'll be fun.
That's very exciting. Yeah. Well, we're looking forward to it. You also say you have some tasty new snacks for fans as well. So we're going to get a little bit more of that in the next hour or so. But we're having so much fun. The sunshine is beautiful coming up over the mountains, so it's going to be a great season for baseball. Yeah.
Yeah, go Indians, and KREM 2 News will be at the Spokane Indians game tonight. You can watch KREM 2's sports anchors Andrew Quinn and Caitlin Galloway tonight on KREM 2 News at 4 p.m. First pitch tonight, by the way, is at 6:35. We hope to see you there.